It's time that corporate law firms got serious about their content marketing efforts in the metaverse. Hi everyone, my name is Wayne Pollock. I'm an attorney, helps other attorneys engage the audiences that are vital to their firm's success, including their clients, their referral sources, their employees, and the media. In this video, preparing for content marketing in the metaverse. If you're at a corporate law firm, you've likely seen industry publications, both legal industry and marketing industry publications regarding the metaverse and how more and more companies and slowly law firms are flocking to the metaverse because it appears to be the next big platform that companies can use to reach their customers and their clients. And for corporate law firms, it's really no different. It is an opportunity to reach current and prospective clients and referral sources. And when we're talking about tech platforms and we're talking about reaching target audiences, we're really talking about content. So a corporate law firm has to be thinking about what its content marketing and thought leadership marketing efforts might look like in the metaverse. Well, the key so far, it seems, is that content that's going to work on the metaverse has to be visually appealing. It has to be interactive. It can't just simply be blocks of text. And as we know, a lot of law firms' thought leadership and content marketing are blocks of text in the form of client alerts or bylined articles. Well, guess what? We can look at the metaverse and start thinking about how we can tweak law firm thought leadership and law firm content marketing efforts to be a bit more appealing to audiences and a bit more properly formatted to the metaverse. So here's what I'm thinking is going to be the future of law firm thought leadership marketing and content marketing efforts in the metaverse. You can transform content that works perfectly well outside the metaverse into a bit more metaverse-friendly content. So let's take webinars, for example. Instead of the normal webinar where you've got video of the attorneys presenting and you've got a slide deck next to them, you can have avatars of those attorneys presenting with their still real voices as part of the presentation, and then you could have visuals that come alive in the form of like 3D images or infographics that are immersive and interactive in the metaverse. For blog posts and bylined articles, you can think about the subject matter being discussed and convert that into a bit more of a visually based presentation, a bit more of a visually based piece of content. So for example, if we're talking about, let's say maybe an intellectual property dispute, instead of having an 1,800-word article about a decision regarding trademark infringement, why not have an avatar of one of your attorneys talking generally about the case, but then the visuals could be the various marks, the plaintiff's mark, the defendant's mark, and the avatar pointing out where the alleged infringement happens and what the court actually decided based on those marks. Or let's say you're writing an article about private equity transactions in an industry, maybe like, let's say, healthcare. In addition to talking about the topic, not necessarily reading directly from the article, but talking about the topic, and then adding interesting visuals, like maybe infographics about these various transactions that are being discussed in the article. Maybe there are faces of executives that are coming on board as a result of the transactions. Maybe there's data about where these locations, where the facilities are located, or the amount of employees. You could figure out all these interesting ways to create content around visuals, but you're conveying information that would have normally been only conveyed through words in a blog post, a bylined article, etc. When it comes to the metaverse, I fully expect personal injury firms and criminal defense firms and other direct-to-consumer firms to lead the charge when it comes to content marketing, just like they've done with search engine optimization or social media or YouTube. But there's an opportunity for corporate law firms to start thinking about how they can tinker with their content and reformat it to be compelling inside the metaverse. There's no doubt that the potential clients and potential referral sources that corporate law firms are looking for are going to be in the metaverse, just like their potential clients use social media for personal reasons and professional reasons. I have no reason to think that won't be the same when it comes to the metaverse. There will certainly be some corporate law firms who aren't going to want to come into the metaverse and will have to be dragged kicking and screaming by their marketing and BD folks. But those law firms run the risk of having to play catch up with their competitors. They run the risk of falling behind their competitors. As a first step here, in terms of brainstorming what your law firm's thought leadership marketing and content marketing efforts might look like in the metaverse, I recommend that any lawyers or marketing or BD people check out Decentraland. They walk around Meta, which is Facebook, Meta's Horizons World, and they look around and they get a feel for what does the metaverse do? What does a user do on the metaverse? And maybe they'll draw some inspiration for how they can start converting content that is normally just the written word into a more immersive, more interactive form. And certainly that will require resources that a firm provides in terms of video editing and audio editing and visual development, but that's for a different video. I just want corporate law firms to start thinking about the metaverse and their content marketing plans, because if they don't, they're going to fall behind their competitors and they'll be forced to play catch up, just like the 1990s and the 2000s when the internet and blogs and videos and social media and podcasts began to become legitimate channels through which law firms could engage their target audiences. If you're curious about how to create compelling book of business building, marketing, and business development content in the metaverse, check out lawfirmeditorialservice.com. We have a lot of blogs and videos about the fundamentals for creating this kind of content, and we'll slowly be adding more content specific to the metaverse.